远古大陆群雄割据，四方势力战火不绝，一为勇气穿梭于丛林之间，一切障碍都被他视作为猎物。一为力量劈开了世间万物，巨剑出鞘是将世界破坏殆尽。一为智慧操纵着远古奥义，突破自身，迸发出耀世的光芒。一为坚韧，为囚禁了千百年，打破禁锢，只为复仇整个世界。群魔并起，鸟兽无名，王者相争，独霸天下。
Ready to work.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the second last day of the Warcraft Gold League. We're down to the top 4. We will crown a new world champion here in Shanghai. It's down to Moon, Lin, Infi and Foggy, and the semifinals are about to start.
Yeah, this is. I'm starting to feel giddy again, man. This happens twice a year. We are among the best players left. As you said, 24 entered this tournament. Now we have separated the weak from the strong, and we're left with the 4 best. 2 from Korea, 1 from China, and 1 man from the Ukraine. Foggy is back among the top.
The dominance of the Night Elves and Orc kind of been broken in the quarterfinals here. 2 Night Elves remaining, 1 human and 1 Orc, of course. Here's Snowkiss welcoming the Chinese audience here live in Shanghai. We are, of course, here in our studio. Back to Warcraft. Neo and Remo reporting from the World Championships. There is $16,000 on the line, but I guess the title is worth more. The king is dead. TH was eliminated in the group stages, same as 1-2-0, the 2 strongest players in the history of the Gold League out. And man, history is about to happen. China has won every single instance of the Gold League, and now it's 1 versus 3.
Yeah, the entire Chinese nation is backing Infi right now. A lot of pressure on his shoulders, but he's used to that. I don't think he's going to crumble under that. He has so much experience, and he's proving that human is still playable. With an amazing performance yesterday against Colorful, where many other people might say, well, this is an almost unwinnable matchup nowadays. He said no, he defies, as always.
These 4 players gather 44 premier solo titles. That is above 25% of all tournaments in Warcraft 3 history. The first semi-final. We don't have to introduce these players, because if you are a fan of Warcraft, you know them. The best orc that this game has ever seen, the second highest earning player in Warcraft 3 history, the newest addition to the newbie team as well. This is Lin.
Walking onto the stage with confidence and swagger is how I would describe that entrance.
He has been in the gold final before. He was killed by 1-2-0 there. Of course, he wants to go again. He's not doing that well in Gold Leagues, but that goes for this man as well. He has dominated the scene since 2003. He is the most successful Warcraft player of all time. The Chinese call him Andromeda because he is out of this world. Close to break the 500,000 prize pool mark. This is the legend, the icon. This is Moon.
But as you said, for whatever reason, the last couple of Gold Leagues never really too good for him. He never even got into the top 4. This is now where finally he has made it. But he wants to go further. And asking around the audience here and the players as well, I feel like Moon is being regarded as the biggest favorite here for the title.
I agree. Everybody seems to be on the side of Moon. We asked Kuke, though, the main organizer for the Chinese scene, and she said it's going to be Lin.
I respect her opinion and all, but I have a tough time. I feel like Moon's got the momentum. Moon's got the patch, but let's not overrate these things. Moon is playing finally so strong offline. It took him a while. Well, I guess you could make a case for China versus Korea clan war, but here in the solo tournaments, in the Gold Leagues, and before that even in WCA, whatever reason it was, he was struggling. He came back 2015. Yes, exactly. It took a while for him to get to this stage, and it's so interesting that these 2 players are meeting, because when Lin came back, he smashed onto the scene, destroying everybody. The 5th race, it took a little bit longer. It was a step-by-step process, but in my opinion, he is looking like the horse number 1 to back.
We gotta admit that Moon became a father in the meantime, so maybe that was a little distracting. Lin married now, but you know, this is the second last day. This is the semifinals. Tomorrow we have the game for third and the grand final, where we will crown the first and most likely only world champion on patch 1.30. Lin versus Moon, and afterwards Infi versus Foggy. Our Western hope against the Chinese hope. This is the schedule here, but man, it doesn't get much better. It doesn't get better than Lin versus Moon. These
are just insane matchups. As you pointed out, Lin and Moon, the 2 most successful players in the history of this game, prize money-wise. I had a chance to talk with Lin here in an interview that we did up on our YouTube as well. And he's not even thinking only about this tournament. He's got ambitions for next year. He says, I got a goal, and that is become number 1. Overtake Moon, and today he can make the first step in that direction.
Absolutely. Moon on the way to his first Gold League Grand Final, though. Here we see the map statistics. Lin pretty good on Northern Isles and CH, the 2 new maps, undefeated on TS and TM. Moon on the other side, pretty strong on Amazonia, on CH as well. The only map loss on Northern Isles, and that was yesterday in the quarterfinal against Fly. Moon in general only losing a single map this entire tournament.
That is insane. That is absolutely insane. I cannot believe, though, that he will be moving on here without dropping a map. Lin is gonna bring him to the edge. And if we can believe the rumors we've heard in the halls, Lin's got some special strats prepared. He was holding on to those until when he needed them most, which is now. He is a little bit frustrated with his matchup, but he's got some special things planned.
In the group stage, he defeated Neutron, Chimico, TH, Foggy, and WFZ. In the quarterfinals, it was Focus. Lin dropped the first map, needed some time to get into this, but this went for Moon as well. Both of these Koreans have defeated their opponents 3-1. For Moon, it was Fly, so both have defeated an Orc here. His group stage was a little easier with Infi, Cash, Sonic, Joshi, and PCG. But yeah, not dropping a single map in the group stage was a sign of strength for him.
Yeah, absolutely. He looked like a demigod right there. Absolutely unbeatable in the group stage. Fly showed that it is possible to take maps off him at least, but still, such a strong performance. Here we have the vetoes. AZ on Lin's side and Twisted from Moon.
Pretty much standard, right? Moon's keeper play on Amazonia is almost legendary already, and Twisted is maybe the strongest Orc map in the pool with all the great items to be found here. We start on our favorite map in the map pool. Out of those 7, it's gonna be Last Refuge.
All right, boys, settle in. This is gonna be an epic best of 5, hopefully going the distance as well. Yesterday and the day before, we have to say, we didn't get a single 5-mapper best of 5. It turned out to be some one-sided affairs there. Was some back and forth if you disregard Colorful's game. But yeah, in the end, it seemed like the top 4 here that we have, deservedly, one-sidedly, yeah, in the top 4 as well.
The 2 oldest players remaining in the tournament, both 31 years old, turning 32 in just a week. Moon 1 week older than Lin, so these guys go toe-to-toe. They've been in the Warcraft scene since 2003. That is a combined 30 years of competitive Warcraft experience. And in this tournament, experience prevailed thus far. This is the pinnacle of Warcraft, and this is map number 1. So far in Gold Leagues, Moon participated 6 times, made it to the playoffs 4 times, but never to the finals. He was eliminated in the top 4 2 times. For Lin on the other side, 5th Gold League for him, 3 times playoffs, 2nd time top 4. Last time he was in the top 4, he made it to the finals, was then defeated by 1-0, as I said. The stats are so close, man. In the past 4 years, it is 6-8, or from the side of Moon. Lin slightly ahead, but historically, they shared 110 maps against each other. It's basically 50-50. The last 2 encounters, though, went to Lin. That was offline here at GCS Summer in Shanghai in the group stage. In the winner bracket final was a 2-1. In the W League, same result, Lin defeating Moon. But both of these games were on patch 1.29. And this is their first encounter on 1.30.
And if what Lin has told me in the interview is any indicator, he is not feeling too happy about this matchup at the moment. I quote him right here. He said, if Night Elf doesn't make mistakes, it's almost impossible to beat them. So, Moon, how many mistakes is he gonna make? So far this tournament, it doesn't seem like he makes many at all. As we said, ridiculously, getting to the semifinal, only dropping one single map.
Indeed. This last refuge is in this year a little favor towards Lin. He has won both maps that they played each other. This year in general seems to be a little favored to Lin. There were 6 games between the two. Lin is 11-6. But when you count, when you look back to the all-time games, they've met each other in top 4 duels, semi-final, final, winner bracket final, or lower bracket final. 21 times. It's 11-10 in Premier offline tournaments, 9-7.
Yeah, absolutely 2 of the greatest, if not the greatest, of their respective races. Let's take a look at the openings here. Or do you want to go with some history?
That's fine.
All right, Blademaster being very aggressive here, going for the circlet immediately. No creeping to start with for him. Seems like the keeper held on to his skill point for now. Wants to be able to deal with the Blademaster with his entangle if one should show up. But that's not the case. He's going into the main right away, wanting to go for a Wisp Hunt perhaps. Exactly, that is the case. Wants to get a few knocks into the economy here.
There was the first blood, first Wisp down, not detonated by Moon. He saves the second one.
Really nice building placement here. Can walk with the Wisps around the Moon. Well, hard to find more kill than just the one. Keeper chasing across the entirety of the map. We still haven't seen a single skill used, perhaps still considering.
Dryads would be so good to cancel the shot because the Blademaster will need the heal saves on the Clarity once he's back to his base. At the moment, kind of naked, selling the town portal, of course, in exchange for the circlet. Will this be enough? It looks like, yeah, the right clicks of Moon are enough, and so there's no shop for Lin at the moment.
Okay. Loses quite a few resources there. If he should drop low HP on the blade, then this is really problematic, because of course you need to be able to heal him up. For now though, he's not too low HP at all. He got the first bit of experience from the Wisp, now gonna get another little bit from the High Priest, and gets the replenishment. That's not too bad considering he has no healing at the moment. Here we see the Treants first.
Okay, no entangle. That opens up the early game a little for Lin. Of course, he sees that now as well. He says, okay, Keeper, you're level 1. What can you do against me if you can't deny my right clicks?
So with the Treants and the Archers here, he wants to continue to creep and to get to level 2. How many creeps can Lin steal? If he gets, all of them, he keeps the Keeper on level 1, which would be amazing. Also pretty hard to do, especially considering that there is a dust on this Keeper. To note as well, this is a lot of Archers.
Yeah, 5 already. Reveal being used. No Hunters means no Owls in the trees. So at the moment, Lin is dusted, but this will wear off in a bit. The Nightcrawler goes down, goes to Moon, and so one more creep until level 2, and then he has Entangle, makes this early game a lot easier.
Yep, there it is, level up, and Lin immediately walking away. Just both these players playing a near flawless early game. I think this is 6 Archers already.
Yep.
Is this?
Hippo Riders? Oh. Or he's going back to some talents. A shop at the laboratory, something we've never seen before. And this is something we have to point out as well. These players know each other inside out. They know each other for 10 plus years. They're friends. And they know what the other is playing. They had one day to prepare. What kind of strategies do they come up with?
Yeah, and especially the Night Elf should be the favored race there. Has a lot of viable builds that they can go for. Think back on Lin versus Cash in the group stage. He played a 4-Archer Chimera game in the one, and in the other, he went for Beastmaster first, Talon Rush. So Moon can really play anything.
On the other side, we have seen Lin with openings in this matchup like TC Headhunters, and it worked flawlessly against Foggy, who is very, very greedy in this matchup. Moon, usually the same, but as far as I know, we haven't seen an expansion here yet, so this doesn't work that well. Here's the first Entangle, getting the Grunt as well, and he's pulling 4 Wisps.
It was only an illusion, so losing that Grunt illusion, not too bad. And it's a talent timing. We have a Proxy Ancient of Wind.
Whoa.
He's going for the minus armor strat, boys.
This is something that Foggy has shown us yesterday in Night Elf Mirror. Oh, I love this Moonwell positioning where he's going to push Lin's base, and then he has a fallback position where he can get some healing and mana if he needs it, if this goes through unscouted.
That greater healing, by the way, also so good. But speaking of so good, Lin is taking one of the most valuable creep camps on the map. Big item, big experience, and access to the mercenaries, where he must be getting that Shadow Priest. Oh, but the Wisp Scout coming in. This is a little bit dangerous, perhaps. Lin will have to evacuate here after having been scouted. Doesn't get the greatest item here with the flute. But, wait a minute, did he really not go for that Shadow Priest? I haven't seen him yet.
Me neither. That would be Dispel, of course. It's only the Berserker for damage. Going Raider Walker, that's the normal timing. Lin was great in defending those pushes early on, especially against Human, but this might catch him off guard.
SH only level 1, Blade only level 2. Can they really carry this for him? I'm not so sure. We have a Walker coming out with Spirit Link that's going to help him out a ton. Repair coming in for the shop. He needs to keep that alive. Otherwise, there's no more regeneration coming from anywhere. Here come the Wisp, though, for the detonate. Can make a big difference. How many can connect? Even going for the Hex on the Wisp. Blade Master dropping low. Heal potion on him already, though. With that, he will survive. Second Spirit Link wasn't ready yet. Not the mana quite there. And with that, these heroes are still fairly squishy.
He holds on to this shop, though, has potion access for the Shadow Hunter and for the Blade Master, of course. Nothing on the Mercenary camp, though. More talents coming in. That is, as Remo mentioned, the minus armor strategy. Acid Bomb from the Alchemist plus Fury Fire from the talents is -7 armors immediately. Here comes the shop for Moon in a very unusual position, but hero focus once again. Can Lin prevail? There is a potion. No invul, though, just the healing. Can't break the Entangle with this.
With the Spirit Link coming in again, the Blade Master once more was pretty tanky. Nothing has died yet, I think. Good Archer Micro is almost going to save that one. The Alchemist, though, where's the healing potion? Transfers it now. Last second usage. Even a Scroll of Speed here coming in. Level 2 for the Shadow. Now he has Heal Wave as well. Only level 1 Heal Wave, of course, but still may save a hero or two. Grunts, though, falling low and dying. The first one easily. And with Fairy Fire, Focus Fire, they die so quick.
Yeah, the Orc units are just melting, but he's going for the hero focus again. Critical strike after the backstab, heals himself a little, but healing on the other side as well. Splits his head up with another critical strike. Second hero for Moon is down, and the healing is gone as well.
Entangle again, Focus Fire coming in, but here is the Spirit Link one more time, and the Wisp perhaps a little bit too late for the detonate. Doesn't get the Dispel off, so now this Blade Master, can he run rampant here? There is no Acid Bomb to worry about and only piercing damage. Not too scary, honestly, and Moon has to pull the TP here. This push did not work out.
Lin holds against this very special strategy by Moon. I can only imagine he stayed on tier 2 because all the mass of stuff that he has, lots of archers, lots of talents, I doubt that he had the resources to invest into the tier 3 tech, and that means no Cyclone to worry about. The strategy that all the orcs feared, that Moon picked up by Magic Yang from China and perfected it, and held a reign over the Horde for more than 2 years undefeated.
Exactly. And look at the lumber for Moon. He's so low lumber. There is no tier 3 transitioning coming in this game at all. Understandable, of course, with how many Wisps he brought to the battle to have that Dispel available. It's not over yet, though, Lin. If he holds one more time, this should be his game, but at the moment, it's still a little bit scary. Blade is level 3.
Invo Potion is super important now.
Absolutely.
He has the gold.
He wants a heal scroll instead, as it seems. Maybe? No, there's the invul, okay.
Okay, with that invul, if you're entangled and use that invul, the entangle wears off, so you can move again and can attack again. And of course, the acid bomb is gone as well. This Moonwell, by the way, is so cool. Usually, yeah, Lin wants to creep this now, but Moon knows. So he has the time for the shop, has the time to go for the consumable and more levels. This will be very close to 4, if not 4. Should be 4.
What's the item here? If this is the Scroll of the Beast. Oh my god, it is!
Holy moly.
Oh, Jesus. Does he have a depth training? Yes, he does. Okay.
He can Dispel against it, but he needs Dispel against Entangle as well and against the Fury Fire. So there's so much stuff on Moon's side. You can't Dispel everything. Ankh of Reincarnation in this situation, I guess,
not
pretty damn good as well.
Especially if the blade comes out of the shadows, Moon doesn't have the time to check. Maybe he's gonna waste a Focus Fire with Acid Bomb and Entangle onto just that hero, who's just gonna respawn.
No reinforced defenses, by the way. No War Mill for Lin, so these burrows might be approachable. He's going for the production building for the barracks. That soaks up a lot of damage, and Lin is waiting for the best position possible. Alchemist level 2.67. Heal scroll in this inventory.
I like the patience here from Lin. Waited until the Blade Master was healed decently well enough again, and here comes the Focus Fire. He didn't check the inventory, I don't think, but he retreats. Walking away, Disenchant was there against the Entangle, so he doesn't even need to use the Ankh or the Invul.
Ooh, the Alchemist has to be careful, man. Can't position himself too far forward, because then there's gonna be an End Snare, there's gonna be a Blade Master focus, and with his low armor, he is very, very approachable with that. Engines of War are coming. Moon is buying a lot of time for the buildings in the back, also killing the production here. No more grunts after this.
Grunts, though, perhaps not the units you want anyways. I guess good against archers, but in the Focus Fire, they will still die quickly. Barracks is gone.
Late. Yeah, there's also no chance for Lin now to go into Headhunters or Catapults. I mean, there is still no War Mill, also no space in the back to build a War Mill, but this plan B, the helpful units to defend tower rushes, It's not an option anymore.
Lin wants to go in before the Ancient of Wars come up, because then his problems increase tenfold, it seems like. Mass fire everywhere, the Dispel's starting to come out, but now the Ancient of Wars are up. Was this the worst time to engage? I'm not so sure. Blade Master dropping low.
Wow.
He's going for the kill, but he's got 2 items still. Scroll the Beast coming in. Does he have the Dispels against it?
Doesn't seem like it.
And is there mana on the Blade as well? That's another question.
He's going for the end snare, but no Blade Master damage at the moment. Raider falls. Oh, he closes this around again. Acid Bomb. Who's gonna die first? Critical strike from the Blade Master. The Alchemist falls for the second time, and the Invul saves Lin. These guys are toe-to-toe. 37 supply against the leading Orc with 45. But the hero levels, oh, actually level 3 Shadow Hunter. What a big deal.
Exactly, that makes a massive difference. Also, the Scroll of the Beast keeps on ticking away. It doesn't last forever, only so many seconds.
Ooh, the Moon pulls the Engines of Wind to the front line. As a blocker, he does not go for more talents at the moment.
And Lin leaving his base. Interesting. Thinks he has the time for the Merc Camp.
Yeah, the Shadow Priest most likely, and more experience. Will not give him the level up, as the Blade Master and the Shadow Hunter share the experience. Even another Berserker.
He has the supply available for that Shadow Priest. 195 gold. He has it right now.
Peons in the burrows. Little more piercing damage. Blade Master close to 4. There were a lot of critical strikes, but Lin will be supply stuck in a bit. This is exactly what I meant before. The burrows, so easy to kill. Fighting the Treants first, level 2 on them now, but Dispel against it.
Almost level 4 on the Blade as well. It's gonna help him out.
The one Engine of War is not in range of the shop. That would help Moon a lot.
He's got decent damage against buildings here, to be honest. He's got the Grunts, he's got the Raiders, but also Wisps in the bag, ready to repair. So many Wisps once again.
He has to chew through these trees, man. What a block line. Everything in the back is protected. The archers don't take damage too much, I guess.
Lin's super supply stuck.
Yeah.
He has to remake burrows right now.
Alchemist is about to hit level 3 as well. Then level 2 Acid Bomb. Have fun with that. The War Mill is ready, and he's going for reinforced defenses.
It's gonna take a while, though. But if these Ancients of War and Wind come further forward, they're a little bit exposed. One more kill for level 4, by the way, on the Blade.
Okay, this is it. As a Wisp turns into a tree, you get experience from this. Entangle on the Raider. Mass retreat here, eating a lot of trees. Little cannibalism by the Ancient of Wind, and he cannot kill it here, as it seems.
There was overcommitment. He wasted the Scroll of Speed and lost the Raider and didn't get the kill.
Okay.
Perhaps at least it bought him time for reinforced defenses, but he doesn't even have burrows in a good position, and
the
losing
shop.
this shop, he has to remake one right now.
Yeah, he needs repair as well, but I think it's too late. Again, the second time the repair comes in too late. The trees for Moon. Oh, this is level 4 now, but only a potion of healing. He is in Windwalk already. Is the damage still enough? So much minus armor. We see at minus 7.4. This was the last item for him. No Goblin Merchant, no Voodoo Lounge nearby for Lin.
It just seems like this reinforced defense was too late. Imagine if he had that earlier. There were 2 burrows in an exceptional position in the front.
By the way, nice Nature's Blessing upgrade for Moon. More armor and more movement speed on the trees. That goes for Treants also. And now, if he loses the Torrent Totem, there's no walkers anymore.
It feels like Lin is being slowly choked out here by Moon.
He needs a hero focus, right? But how against Entangle, Acid Bomb, Fury Fire?
He's got one more Windwalk. He's got Windwalk and Snare Hex. Pulling a TP would be good enough.
I think so too. This tier 2 strategy by Moon is not designed for the late game. Ooh, heal spray.
Takes out one Ancient of War at least, but almost losing the Raider for it. Alchemist far forward will get away with his life, though. Lin's got a lot of lumber, so he can put a lot of peons into the burrows. That's good for him to try to deal with these Ancients of War.
We do have critical strike level 2 now as well, so damage intensifies, but the Shadow Hunter, little bit out of position. No potion on him, only the mana one and the heal wave, of course. Tower's coming now. Lin does not want to give this game up, fighting like a lion. The second building is down, so only one Engine of Wind remains.
Oh, Scroll of Speed, he has to get out of here.
Oh, the Shadow Hunter, man. He used the potion already, and this Watchtower will not come through.
The Archers and Talons a little bit exposed right now, but the army cannot really engage, it seems, with the Shadow Hunter solo. Once again, shop gone.
Don't really know if the Blade Master got another item on him. He needs it. Goes to the shop now for the Invul Potion. There's one...
Is he going for the counterattack?
Engagement remaining, but he only has two Raiders.
Could he just go for the tree?
I don't think so. 2 Raiders is not enough.
Got a bunch of grunts as well.
Player's forces are under
Coming in from the other side.
But I mean, even if he goes for it, Moon has so many buildings close to Lin's base. He would need to evacuate a Peon to build a building on Moon's side of the map. How do you want to do that?
We have rarely had these base contain situations so far in this tournament. So hard to know what to do in this situation because you so rarely find yourself in it. Now Lin is committing. How many kills is he gonna find? Once again, a good position. For once, I should say, a good position for him. Is that the case? I don't know. So many archers in the back, man. Some are dying, but so many are still firing away. So much damage towards this Orc army. Only one Raider left now. The Blade Master critting not too highly with only 120. And now taking quite a bit of damage as well. Invul popped. Will keep him safe for now.
This is not the situation you want to use the Invul in, man. You want to go for the hero focus and do damage with it, but it's just preventing damage. The Shadowhunter in trouble, has nothing to heal himself except the heal wave, but it's also this mana potion. He wants to save it for later. Everything is bruised. Another Entangle kills one of the biggest damage dealers in Lin's army. This Berserker is down, and Lin at 37 supply, only one production building remaining.
Yeah, this is looking to be Moon's game, isn't it? Or can Lin somehow bust this? But it seems like he's been in better positions before to get out of this chokehold, but...
You know what would be amazing, man? Blade Storm.
It's a long ways away.
Yep.
Should he get there, it would be absolutely crushing against these archers, but...
I love what Moon is doing here, by the way, this early push, preventing the Orc from leveling and creeping up. On this map, so many good items for the Blade Master. Never really a big threat to the Night Elf army. Has to evacuate once again, de-escalate in this fight. There's no Raider anymore. Usually the Orcs so good for hero focus with Ensnare and Hex, but the nets are sold out.
And the one Raider he got there was taken out. At least the Blade Master can buy some more items from the lounge.
He's super hurt and has no potion.
Next Entangle. Where's it gonna go? Perhaps out of mana right now. The Keeper has been spamming spells, of course, consistently, as he does.
Very nice army mix by Moon, I think, as well. So Serpent Wards were never really an option. With a level 4 Shadowhunter soon, these level 2 Serpent Wards would have done so much damage to especially Talents, but he never overcommitted to Talents. He just uses them for the Fury Fire, for the minus armor, and a little bit of damage against Grunts, I guess. But the main army is archers, and there's not too much that Lin has against this. I mean, Grunts melting, Blade Master constantly in trouble. Really smart play by Moon.
That one Raider here getting found as well. The one Ancient of Wind down here was taken out. So he doesn't have that wood shield, as we call it, anymore. Oh, but he's finding so many kills with those Entangles, one after the next.
Maybe it would have been better to pool them in the base and then wait for the engagement. Lin at 700 gold. A Shadow Priest would have been really, really good, but of course also super easy to snipe. And he gives up the base.
Yeah, it seems like
going for the shop again and then one last hurrah.
He's meeting, or he's consolidating his forces in the middle once again.
Oh, again the Raider! Lin, with the rally point setting, was a little off here. 4 Raiders for free. Uh-oh, and here we go with another Entangle. No Acid Bomb just yet, but I can only imagine it's coming soon. Heal Wave, the Alchemist is in to block, but not working. There was no Windwalk available.
And with that army that Lin has left now, hero kill is no longer an option. You don't have Ensnare, you don't have Grunts for damage. The Blade Master by himself plus the Shadowhunter are not strong enough to do this by themselves.
4 heroes now, but the level 4 Shadowhunter, not the biggest upgrade at all. Only a little bit on the Hex duration. More Raiders are coming. Will he finally fix this mistake of the rally point?
One more kill, by the way, and this Keeper's level 5.
And then there's no more income soon, because the archers are killing the stronghold. Oh, repair is coming in. Okay, he sees it now.
Right. One more time. Sapper's coming in. That was a big waste of money. A massive waste of money. Didn't do too much at all. Only a bit of splash damage towards the walkers, but now the Shadow in a bad position. We're not seeing it right now. But seems like he gets away with the disenchant. He's saving most of his units.
Berserker as well.
That was 500 gold completely down the drain.
Is Moon too confident now? Blade Master escapes. Did he... Oh, main gold mine is empty.
Jesus Christ, how long has the siege been going on?
Forever, man. But of course, free expansion. The upper left is crap. Moon had the backup plan. Level 5 on the Keeper of the Grove now. Even more duration on the Entangle. And an Invo Potion for him as well. So nice. Heal Potion on the Alchemist. Really, hero kill is not an option, but the Raiders are coming in. Can he force these potions at least? Invo Potion on the Alchemist. He's safe.
Right, the Archers. Nice use of Shadow Meld, by the way. He can't find these kills. Doesn't have the money for the dust. Can he get some hero kills? He needs them badly. Great user of the Archers. Oh my god. They're playing whack-a-mole here. It's like Burrow on Fiends, but into the shadows instead.
The Engine of War is killing this Berserker most likely. Lin once again not watching this. Oh, the Alchemist now in trouble. Only the heal scroll to use. He's moving into the direction of the Archers to get full value. Ah, no. Oh, can he out-heal him here? Blade Master is going a little crazy. There's the heal scroll. Entangle, though, breaks it immediately with the Invo Potion. Continues to focus. Here comes the Hex, and the Alchemist dies for the third time. Acid Bomb is gone, and there's not a single Talon anymore. Lin, can he really hold this? No gold anymore, though. 26 supply against 38, but only the Entangle is here. Moon, I'm not sure if he had the gold to revive this Alchemist. Certainly not from the tavern.
No, 170 is not enough. He needs to sell something. That was his last Entangle, by the way. He's out of mana for now, but there's no detection. He can't find the Archers. He GG's out. What?
Maybe he knew about the expansion for Moon in the upper left and knew that there was new income coming. Or maybe he didn't see the situation clear, but man, what a hold by Lin for like 17 minutes straight. Super unusual timing by Moon. I think Lin was caught off guard. There was no preparation coming for this. The War Mill was insanely late. Imagine if faster reinforced defenses, how much this helps in this defense. But Lin didn't see it coming and it hit him full force.
Of course, it's not that simple to just say, well, earlier reinforced defenses. Of course, it would have helped him. But how much further would he have fallen behind until he gets there? Because War Mill is around 200 gold. The upgrade is another, what is it, 100? So that means you're going to have maybe a Raider and a Heal Salves less, or a Clarity or whatever. You have to really, really be careful with how you spend your resources. Yes, a War Mill earlier could have been better, but maybe then by that point he would have already been broken. Hard to tell. That last situation, it was like Blade Master fighting mano a mano against the Keeper.
Yeah, and
he could have perhaps forced the TP there.
There was no mana,
There was no mana. Keeper was on 30 mana.
There was no mana. I mean, did he have the gold to reveal the Archers? Or go for dust? I didn't check the resources at the very end.
I feel like that game was not over. That Blade Master should have survived there. Perhaps forced the TP. I mean, of course, the big trump card was the Trio of Ages walking over.
Yes.
That would have changed everything again. Maybe that was his thinking. All right, anyways.
Oh, how close was
this awesome game between these two.
What an opening to the semifinal. We were hyping this for the past 2 days. That, I mean, this is so crazy how these guys have it all. They have insane micro. Moon showed this in the game against Infi with the Dryads. They have insane macro. Everyone knows this, like Moon Meadows with 7 expansions or so. It's legendary. Also the Zeppelin micro of Moon legendary. Lin, there's a reason why he's that good in Orc Mirror, because his control goes down to the very, very, very details. He just does everything right, as it seems.
Yeah. If there was one flaw to point out in the first game, I think he didn't prioritize creeping up the Blade Master enough. It almost feels to me like no matter what the Night Elf plays, fast expo, push, one base play, whatever, in the end it comes down to the Orc heroes. If they're super strong, you stand a good chance. If they're not, you're gonna have a really tough game. And this Blade Master was stuck on level 2 and later on level 3 for a very long time. Only a single circlet in his inventory. Maybe that should be a higher priority moving forward into the next maps. Stack up that blade as much as you can.
So, do you know the map pick for Lin? Twisted is out, Amazonia is out, Last Refuge is out. Could see CH. Concealed Hills has been a pretty good map for the Orcs in this tournament.
I also don't mind Terranas. I really like Terranas for the early Shadow Priest availability. If he's comfortable with the Shadow Hunter, he can go for that Shadow Hunter Serpent Ward strat as well. Otherwise, just play Blade Master normally. I don't think that's unplayable either. A very good map, by the way, for stacking the blade is TS. But we go on to Northern Isles, where he had this beautiful opening against Neutron. Another big fan of the Keeper of the Grove, of course. Let's see if he does that again.
Oh wait, which Night Elf isn't? All right, Lin is down one map, but it was super close. These guys are walking toe-to-toe on one way into the grand final. Moon with a chance for match points if he wins this. This is our map. It's Northern Isles.
Yesterday we had a lot of 3-1s, with the loser winning the first map and then the opponent coming back strong. Could this be once again what we see here? Of course, we're hoping for 5 maps. I certainly am. If the first game was any indication, this should be one hell of a semi-final.
Seems like in this tournament, Northern Isles pretty good for the Orcs, as the production shows us here. 4-2-1 for the Horde. Moon has shown one pocket strategy already. This was completely out of meta. We have seen talents in this tournament like 3 times. Once by Moon in the group stages against Cash, which was like, okay, he's fooling around a little. He just has a lot of confidence in himself. Foggy yesterday in the mirror. But this was the first time on this patch, I think, that I've seen this strategy.
Yeah, yeah, I think you're mostly right. Yeah. All right, I was talking about the opening against Neutron, which was so strong, where Lin was abusing the fact that Night Elves love their instant level 2 creep on this map against the Tuskars. And he's going for that same opening again. Wants to go for the Blade with an instant scroll of speed, going over to harass as much as he can. But Moon is winning the mind game, because he's not going for that strong creep camp. He is expecting early aggression. He's adapting. And with that, the opening build is already going his way.
Indeed, you see it here. A smaller creep spot won't give you level 2, but it's faster and it's definitely safer, as Remo pointed out before.
Yeah, exactly. If you go for the bigger camp, you see it on the minimap, the orange-yellow dot, and at the south side, towards the south side of the Night Elf base. That is technically better, a lot better, if you don't get harassed. You get level 2 there right away, you get big items there right away, but if a Blade Master should show up, you could be in trouble. That is not the case with this small camp here. As we can see also on the minimap, the Blade is moving across, but is going to have a tough time finding anything useful to do.
Yeah, that is true. He's going to the upper right or below right of the main base of Moon, and he won't find anything there except healthy creeps, and this is certainly a waste of time. Oh no, he's going for the Murlocs, and that's pretty cool because the Keeper kind of relies on this creep spot to get close to level 3, so did he see that
Yeah.
Moon? Okay.
Yeah, Lin walked into range to see that the creeps were not aggroed and knows, okay, you didn't take this camp. Now instead, at least trying to get something done. Looking for the slippers, which help out the Blade a lot. Not quite fortunate enough to find those.
Well, a little mistake here, or a little unlucky. The second Treant got ensnared, and the one was stuck behind there, so wasting a little time. Moon, by the way, going in for a Huntress transition. We haven't seen them too much this tournament, I feel. Oh boy, +5 intelligence already with the mantle. These are dream drops for Moon.
The Blade gonna be lucky enough with his own slippers now? Or yeah, it's a lightning shield, right?
Okay.
At this camp. Wow, can he really creep this with only Treants and Entangle?
He can snipe the Magi, I guess. Get the item and leave.
Oh, Expo cancelled though.
Nice.
That must have been the expansion. This is the normal expansion position. And now Lin is like, where is your keeper? What
There's
are
another
you
building
doing?
in the bottom right, the Foggy Expo position. Looks like Moon has a backup plan.
Yeah, puts it down right away after the first cancellation. Wisp was ready down there. Oh, Blade was kind of close to scouting it, but not close enough.
Okay.
Keeper 2.5 versus Blade 1.5. 1 of mana stealing. Everything that gives the Keeper mana is not bad at all. And now he finds the first grunt as well. When you go for late grunts like this, and then the first one gets taken out right away, that is not good for you.
Yeah, and he has a good creeping force as well. The Huntress can take the damage, the Archers do the damage. Oh, second Entangle doesn't seem to be enough to save this one. Right clicks are coming in, but there's no threat to this Keeper of the Grove before he gets the damage. When of mana stealing being used, so no Windwalk, but Lin denies it. Same as Infi did over and over and over again against Colorful to just keep the KOTG away from 3.
Yep, gets the deny. That's a big deal, exactly as you say. For that reason, these little Murlocs now will not be good enough. Blade Master using his last Windwalk. And then backing off. It feels a little like Lin is not exactly sure what to do right now on the map.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I mean, he lost the Lightning Shield on this grunt to help up creeping. Of course, since you summon it yourself, you can kill the creeps with it and don't lose experience, not as if a creep would summon the lightning shield. So this is super duper fast. And finally level 2.
Yep.
Watch awards as well, very helpful. But if only he knew about this expansion.
And this is one of the things that makes this matchup hard for orcs. You can't really scout too easily. When you're Night Elf, you have Wisp. When you're Undead, you have Rods of Necromancy. When you're Human, maybe you have a Footy or Militia or whatever.
Ooh, Moon, man!
These
A
items.
potion of greater mana in combination with the Mantle of and the Circlet. This is so much spells for him. So many spells. TC second.
Yeah, very unusual. To finish my point, when you're Orc in the early game, usually you want to scout with Grunts to cover different points on the map. But when you do it against Keeper, that's very dangerous, as we saw earlier, losing 1. And this is a very, very unusual strat that Lin is playing here.
Is this the pocket strat that the Chinese Orga lady mentioned? Shaman, Wyvern. He sees the Expo now. Entangle to prevent the damage.
Yep.
Tree of Life heals up.
He has to pressure this, of course. This is, for being a red camp, it's an easy camp. But it's still not easy, all things considered.
He puts out an owl, so he can't see the Blade Master when he comes in. The TC is not in fighting shape. Only the Aura just yet. No Stomp.
A single Wind Rider here will be joining in. But Lin is not in position in time to challenge this creep camp, and it's gonna die pretty quick with the Archer and the Huntress damage along with the Treants, of course. So this camp is just going Moon's way without a response.
Big item coming to him as well. Can the Wyvern maybe, if he masses them, take out the Entangle of the Gold Mine? He's taking out his own one, so this is going to be big experience for him. And finally the Storm for the Torrent Chieftain. But this takes time as well. This is all time that Moon gets for his expansion. And he already has the perfect counter for Shaman Wyvern, and that is Archers.
Legion Doomhorn here for more movement speed.
Wow, these drops are insane.
Alright, the Pen of Energy, not too bad either. It's gonna help out the TC, who is most likely going for Stomp.
Shaman, by the way, pretty good against the Treants as they have Purge to get rid of them. Deals damage to summoned units, also a slow. But you don't have too much Purge. You don't have the mana for it. The mana regeneration was increased on the Shaman, but still, it's not like you have a Brilliance Aura and can just spam those spells. Moon is at tier 2 going Ancients of Lore.
And of course, Shamans are gonna be pretty much useless against Dryads. Also, the Purge are gonna be very effective against the Entangle. But again, I think Lin is gonna have to rely on his heroes. Are they strong enough? Right now, they're level 2-2. Doesn't really look like a very powerful hero force, but he has to pressure right now.
Yeah,
there's no other choice.
Keeper is level 4 as well, so it's 3 Treants. He only has how many Shaman? 2?
And that greater mana, dude. He's got a greater mana and a Wall of Mana ceiling. Lin's gonna need so much to spell.
Okay, the damage is not really there too. Only 2 Wyvern. He has to protect them far in the back. 4 Huntress, lots of Archers, but what can he do? There's no Alchemist this time.
He loses the first Shaman for free. Oh, it's close. But he just doesn't feel like he can't go in there, and he does deny him.
So much time for Moon. Breaking upkeep now as well. Tier 2, upkeep broken, hero looks good, no level 3 heroes for Lin.
It's already looking so rough for the Orc here. The Treants are stuck behind the stones.
Okay, he gets the creep jack nevertheless. Quite a big creep spot here with the Scorpions.
Quick with a Purge this time. Where's the Stomp? It's going to be a big one. Does he have Shockwave?
Makes no sense against Mass Dryads, I feel. In the early stages, yeah, but level 1 Shockwave, not really what you want. Kills the Huntress. Purge again to slow down these super fast ground units, but it's the damage enough. The Wyvern have to reach.
I only see the one Wind Rider. He had 2 earlier, and so many Treants summoned over and over. This Keeper seems to have infinite mana, and now the Dryads come in, and now he has the control. Lin has to back off with a Scroll of Speed.
700 gold for the Orc as well. Craving for experience, craving for these levels. Now getting up to 50, but the Owl Scout is there, revealing. Entangle, it is level 2 and takes a long time. Normal damage coming in, but the Blade Master should be safe here. Yes, he is.
Yeah, the Sentinel range isn't that massive. No dust on the Night of Sight either.
But there's only one shop on this map, and getting the Invul Potions here is very hard. He absolutely needs that against Entangle. But as I said before, this hero focus is not really possible. Keeper has been played solo, as Moon loves to do, not only Keeper, but also Demon Hunter. Solo is kind of his specialties. And then Tranquility on these mass units gonna have such a big impact. But now he goes to the shop, gets the item. The TC still has the Pendant of Energy. We haven't seen a Shockwave or Stomp yet, right?
Nope.
Sick.
And the longer this game goes, the less valuable the spell is gonna be, regardless of which one he has. Oh, that's a good item, though.
Yep. Actually, not that good. Usually for Raiders and Grunts would be great, but he has so much range in this army. For the Blade Master, it's awesome. For the TC, it's awesome. For the Grunt, it's really good. But usually, it would benefit a normal Orc army more, let's say.
Yeah, but I mean, the front line is what's going to be tanking for him, and now with that, it's going to heal a little. And now the Scroll of Speed is gone, by the way. He's forced into this fight here, as it seems. There's so much range piercing once again. The Lightning Shield on top of the Storm, looking cute, but Dryads are here. They have the Dispel. It's looking cute, but not too effective. Now the TC in Focus Fire has to pop the Invul and the Stomp to follow. Lots of damage coming from the Blade Master, mostly, I guess, Scroll of Healing, helping out his air units, but only one Wind Rider is left right now. The Shamans, what are they really contributing here?
The tier 1 units are falling for Moon, though. He's dropping from 75 down to 65 supply. 45 still for Lin, and there's more stuff to kill. The Shaman, of course, useless now, being taken out by the Dryads, but that exposes him to the TC. Wyvern are coming in for more damage. He has to take out the Wyvern. Can't! And Lin calls for the GG. 3 match points for Moon. 1 map away from his first Gold League final.
And Moon just outsmarted him there.
Again.
He knew what was going to come from the Orc side. He knew the opening. He counterplayed against it. And from like minute 3 on, in complete control.
True that. Moon, smartest player in the game.
And
Had
now,
a plan for map 1 and 2.
was that his pocket strategy? TC second.
Looks like this
Shamans.
was completely different from basically everything else.
Really weird. I guess he practiced it before, and sometimes the timing works out, but there it really didn't.
I think you need a little advantage at least if you want to play it, and this expansion was uncontested the entire game.
Yeah.
He didn't scout it while it was in progress. Then he wanted to creep Jack while Moon was creeping there, but couldn't because he was lacking the forces. And then it was just Moon massing everything, and it was once again too much.
And again, I feel like, you know, this is a pretty low-tech army. Dryads, Archers, Huntresses. If you get high-level, strong heroes, they can obliterate an army like that with a decent tier 2 force with maybe scrolls and stuff. But once again, Blade Master neglected. His progress neglected for such a long time. So different from how he played against Foggy. When he just destroyed Foggy on those 2 maps, he had those super strong heroes with a backup of a strong tier 2 army, a standard army. Raiders, Walkers, Grunts, but backed up by Strong Shadow and Blade both. And could even overcome big supply disadvantages, but it's all looking different here. Moon, at the moment, looking damn dominant.
True that.
Something that Lin is not used to, not recently. Being in that position, being, yeah, not having his game.
Second map choice for Lin, though. He needs to start this comeback. He needs to reverse sweep him, otherwise Moon is the second Night Elf finalist in the history of the Gold League. The only and first one, of course, being Foggy.
And of course Foggy didn't win that, so that means no Night Elf has won the Gold League yet. All other 3 races have. Can the Sentinel do it this time around?
Lin needs an opening that Moon is not expecting. Lin needs something special. Maybe a special scouting, maybe a special creep route. But on the other side, he has to be aggressive to keep the Keeper at 3. It's really, really hard for Orcs to do that. It seems like Moon... I mean, Moon... To show you how strong Moon is on this patch, since 1.30 hit Netties, that was in September, he has lost 3 series in competitive Warcraft. That's just sick.
Yep, that is pretty damn impressive. All right, map number 3. If Moon should win this one, that will be impressive indeed. Taking out Lin, 3-0. Who can really do that? Well, he can perhaps. If one more victory should fall into his lap. That's unfair to say. It didn't fall into his lap. He worked hard for it, and he came in with a plan and executed so marvelously so far. The Night Elf, until now, looking like the stronger player. But Lin is looking to turn it around now on Terra's stand.
Is this the newbie curse already? 1-0 was the big, big favorite in this tournament, eliminated in the group stage. Dryads, for many, the favorite in the match against Foggy yesterday, also eliminated. And now Lin about to fall as well. It would be a disaster for the dream team of Newbie to not go to the grand finals. Moon, his last big success in 2011. It was, back then, the IESF, a 2-0 victory over Lin. But this is 7 years ago for the greatest of all time.
And looking at the openings, I don't believe it's looking too good for Lin once more. He's going for that instant chop for the speed scroll, running across the map potentially one more time. Because here on TS, as it was the case on NI, Northern Isles, the Night Elf can go for a greedy big creep camp that can be really hard to pull off with harassment coming in. But once again, Moon is reading this game like a book and is going for the safer camp instead. I like though the addition, or the adjustment rather, of the Peon scouting. He's gonna see, okay, you're not creeping the greedy camp, you are playing it safe, so now with that the Blade Master can go for a more self-centered opening, looking to stack up on the items instead, which Terranas is a very good map for.
Absolutely. There's a lot of experience as well, good consumables, and also a lot of claws in the middle, 2 of them. Ooh, this in this tournament a pretty good Night Elf map as it seems. 4 claws at least in the middle of the map. But is Lin still going for Moon? Okay, he could just possibly go for the middle.
Yep, probably gonna go for the wizards there, the level 3 wizards who can drop the claws of attack.
Or circlets, of course.
Which is very good for the Blade Master. Comes at a downside, it gives you very little experience considering the time you're investing. But if you can pimp up that blade with those items, you don't even necessarily need the levels too much. I like the adjustment here that Lin makes. He's still ready to go aggressive, but he's scouting for it, if it's even a possibility, which it was not. It cost him the lumber from a Peon scout though, so this is going to delay his tech by quite a bit.
A little unlucky for Lin to only get the Ring of Protection. Also, this creep not perfectly done. Attacked one of those creeps who were frost armored, so he lost a little bit of DPS. And the Scout Peon is dead.
Keeper moving across. Obviously, Treants first. Could, however, get the Entangle pretty quickly if he just summons some trees and steals some camps away from his opponent. That is the dream. No tech still from Moon. He has the money for an Expo.
Not building it, though.
Yeah. It's not the blue dot on the minimap. That's the Ancient of War.
In the bottom left?
Ah, no. I mean the top of the map.
Yeah, on the bottom left there is an expansion
Yes.
now. First class of attack for Lin. It was an unusual position for the expansion on map number 2. Will Lin scout for it this time? He is on his way.
Is he actually going to scout this? Even on the old patch 1.29 Night Elf counter expansion against Human, we would oftentimes see in this spot. But against Orc, very rare.
Yeah, usually the natural expansion, especially with the latest patch, got nerfed a lot, or a lot easier to creep. This is when TS got a little better for Human as well. Good Daughters of the Entangle, but this one you can't prevent.
Peon will survive though. Takes a couple more right clicks from the Keeper. But this is a suspicious play already. You're walking across the entirety of the map to entangle my Peon once and then walk away. That's weird. And your Moon as well. So you're going to think, okay, you got an Expo. But finding it here on Terranas isn't too easy. And here again, my point from earlier comes in. Usually you want to scout with Grunts early game as the Orc. But it's so dangerous against the Keeper because you can lose him so easily.
Okay, Lin with 830 gold, getting a circlet.
Pop the Scroll of Speed there as well for scouting purposes, maybe.
Okay, this time no Shaman, this time no TC. It is the normal army composition with Shadowhunter, Walkers, and most likely Raiders. Sees, okay, Moon is still attacking.
Yeah.
There must be an expansion somewhere.
He should have realized that it's early in the tech as well, because this tree starts by having the arms down at the bottom, then raises them to the top, and then puts them down towards the bottom again. Lightning Shield creep here being attempted by Moon. And the Blade Master once again, dude, his progress is so underwhelming. Still only level 1.5.
Not even really close to that.
Good owl usage as well. And the Grunts, they have to be parked at home. It's too dangerous to go out.
To go alone.
As it is in Zelda. The Keeper just too threatening of a force. Here comes the Shadow. Okay, now it's time to creep. You need to get this boy up to level 3 ASAP.
If he can't prevent this expansion from running... Oh, nice reveal as well. Dusted him. Oh, and again the big mana potion. Someone really wants Moon in this grand final.
Oh, he messes up the lightning shield. What's happening to Lin here?
Quite a few mistakes. Also, like, in game 1, these Raider miss rallies, super unusual for him. Maybe just not his day.
This is a big creep camp down there, by the way, that the Tree of Life is gonna take.
Yeah.
If you creep jack this, even if it's just grunts and heroes, this is super dangerous. It's not a big Night Elf army. It's only 3 hunts and 2 archers. At the moment, the Keeper isn't level 3 yet.
But he will be.
And the Murlocs should give it to him, I guess. Certainly if they drop a Tome of Experience. But again, the Expo's coming through. There's no preventing this anymore. Lin is way out of position to do anything about this.
Big mana for him as well. This will give him level 2. Is he preparing one big push strategy, maybe even with Serpent Wards? They are so great against the Huntress, and I think a Dryad transition is still quite far away from Moon.
Look at this tree.
Oh, tree. Oh, Tome of Experience, but the Entangle. Nice, and now he's level 3.5.
There's a dust here, right? No, he used the dust earlier. Ooh, that could have been dangerous.
Another owl. Maybe. Don't know if it's ready for one of these hunts.
He's safe.
Okay.
But that tree dropped down to 300. That could have been a kill. It's dangerous though as well. 5 hunters is now in the field, and he gets entangled again.
Uh-oh.
This could be it.
Book of the Dead to increase the damage. Is there another reveal? No.
No trees around, so couldn't use a sentinel right there.
Okay, a big consumable gone here. There is no Dispel yet, so the duration will be over. Shadowhunter must creep up to 3. Uses the heal wave here. Lightning Shield once more, and no Dispel yet. But easy creep for Moon now. If at least we can't get the kill, if he can't use the Book of the Dead for fighting, then use it for creeping. But the Blade Master is absolutely crippled.
Yeah. Again, I say, it's gonna be a big Night Elf army. You can overcome that with strong heroes, but it's 1 and 2 right now. Once again, Lin not getting the levels he needs. Upgrades coming in for the hunts as well. It's gonna be mass over class one more time. And Moon was, got good results from that so far.
Lin is taking his time and lets the Expo come up again, giving him the time for the Dryads once more. But last time we saw Dryads, they were against Wyvern, and 3 or 4 of them were really scary. Against Raiders, not so much. Of course, it helps with the Entangle because you have more crowd control with the slow and Entangle. But the damage might be lacking. Oh, Robe of the Magi, right?
He's blessed with
So
the mana
good.
today.
It's so good.
I love the Wisp Scout, by the way, again. Another thing that Moon has been exceptional at this tournament. Always knowing what's going on, and now... Alright, looks like Lin is coming in. Does he have level 3 Shadow? He needs it. Yeah, he is. He checked for it as well. Shadow is level 3, should be level 2 Serpent Wards right now, and they are pretty damn strong. And at the moment, this Knight of Force is still only in no upkeep, not yet up at 60, 70, when it really gets scary. Maybe this is the one time that Lin has here to win this game.
He's going for the Shadowhunter, but once again, lack of Alchemist, lack of Acid Bomb. The focused fire against heroes is not that great. Lin takes out the first Huntress and is crawling forward with those Serpent Wards. Upgrades are coming in the main. And the shop is there. Moon is prepared for this siege. He has to hold on.
Biding his time here. Wants to get more units out, of course. Lin wants to pressure right now. This is a pretty damn big and scary Orc force. The Blade Master is a little underwhelming. Good inventory, though. But these Serpent Wards, man, they're really good.
Even Peons, he can't fall back into this. Has to be careful about the Shadowhunter. Clarity got cancelled, so not too much mana. Dispel coming in to get rid of the Treants. And another Huntress taking out thanks to the mass piercing damage. These snakes are really working out for Lin thus far.
Cancel the Clarity as well with that Entangle. Not too bad, not too bad. I love the shop in the back for Lin, which will be available later on. Loses one Walker out of position. That was not really necessary. But still Serpent Wards here.
Okay, he doesn't do the damage against the tree, but I think the Wisps are hugging it, so he's not mining. Another Focus Fire on the Raider. That's level 5 for the Keeper of the Grove. Very, very scary. Level 3 Treants now. 4 of them at every single summon.
Greater mana still for the Shadow, by the way. He held on to that so far. Big Scroll of Healing coming in. Level 3 for the Blade as well. Has to be crit now. Kodo Beast adding a lot of damage into this as well. At the moment, the Orc army doesn't seem to be too strong, but don't underestimate those Serpent Wards, guys. They're pretty good. And now we got the shop as well.
Critical Strike level 2. No Windwalk level 2. The Berserker stays alive. The piercing damage was great against the Huntress, but there's barely any Huntress left. And then he has to chew through the Archers before going to the Dryads, I guess.
That Moonwell will supply, block him.
Oh yeah, he is at 57, losing a lot of gold at the moment, but he has the expansion to back it up. More Treants coming in, 3 Serpent ones, there's gonna be more. They are expiring, but here's the new one. Another Huntress dead. They're just melting against this.
Shadowhunter, super low mana now though. Can he hunt down these archers? They're not too tanky, but they're protected by these treants over and over. Now even mercenaries coming in. Is Moon breaking this siege? It's kind of looking like it. Blade Master dropping really low. Lin has to retreat. He's gonna lose the Kodo. That's gonna be a big deal. Good micro from Moon, saving those low HP targets. What's the Blade Master doing? Invul! He doesn't use it!
Oh no, massive mistake by Lin, and that eliminates him. Moon is in the grand final of WGL, about to take his first title. Still only 1 map dropped. He eliminated Fly, and he eliminates Lin as well. The battle of the Korean gods goes to Moon.
Unbelievable. Taking out Lin with a 3-0, as you said, into the final, dropping a single map only. That is absurd.
Just like in their first grand final against each other in MBC Game 2015, Moon is the dominator. On all 3 maps, he had a game plan, and Lin was not once able to destroy that plan, or to threaten him somehow, or to throw him off, or to throw a curveball. It just, nothing worked for June Park today.
Yeah, absolutely. I 100% agree. Moon took the lead early, the opening always in his favor, and not really any mistakes. That's a championship level player right there.
Absolutely.
A little bit of an advantage early, and never give it up. Never give it up.
Seriously. There was never a plan B for Lin. I mean, there was this one strategy on map 2 that absolutely didn't work because Moon outsmarted him there as well.
That looked really weird.
But to be honest, this wasn't the best Lin we've seen. And again, he can't crown his year because he has won so many major tournaments, but not the premier ones, not the big ones, not the world championships. He can't get the deal done, and once again, dropping into the top 4. He will play tomorrow again in the game for 3rd, but Moon is in the grand final. We have 1 foreign in the final. It could be a second one. Infi versus Foggy. For the first time, a non-Chinese final. We'll see about that. See you soon when Foggy steps into the ring.